Good morning, everybody. Rodney here. We've got Northside Hawk in the chat. We got Johnny Drone Flyer, Joseph Erickson, Maddie's Drone World, Max Air. Good morning, guys. Let me bring in a couple of guests I got. But first, I'll bring in Rodney. Rodney, you got some reflection in your face, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Dominic, I thought it was nighttime over there
Where?
in Australia.
Yeah, I thought I'd put a nice background up.
I was going to say, looks like daylight to me.
It is right off top of his head, kind of like me when I put my, kind of like me when I've been. Tilt my head forward.
Please, you're blinding me, guys.
Yeah,
Come on.
exactly.
So I'm not sure when Dennis will be in, but I think he's coming in. So
Lance, Ben,
Dennis
Johnny.
had a good sunrise show this morning.
He had a good sunrise.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gave me time to actually repair a drone.
Mine was one of those typical Florida sunrises, just a big orange ball, no clouds. I mean, it looks good, but when you see that almost every day, it's not so exciting to go fly. It's okay, just another boring sunrise, right?
Mine wasn't too bad. I mean, it could have been a lot better, but it wasn't bad. I actually got to see it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those, you always want a little bit of clouds or something on the horizon.
Yeah. Just something.
Ben Cartwright, good morning. So what you guys got planned? Well, I know what Dom's going to do. Dom never has to tell me what he's going to do after this is over.
He's going to go take a nap. That's what he's going to do.
Take a nap. Yeah. What do you got planned for day, Rod?
Oh, I got some customer work that we didn't get finished yesterday that I'm going to finish up this morning. Got some servers to sort of fix up. It won't take long. Then I'll probably, I don't know, go fly. The more important part is tonight, just after midnight, is another SpaceX launch. So
great.
I want to watch that. I went not last night before last. Was all set up, had the drone in the air, was looking in the right spot, was watching their little broadcast on spacecoastlaunches.com, which is an app. And it's also a website that you can keep an eye on where they do the live broadcast as well. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching and it's like, okay, yeah, it's going to go. It's going to go. It's going to go. And then all of a sudden there was like nothing. There was no countdown on the thing. And then about 10 seconds later, they come back on and went, oh yeah, we had a hold at 40 seconds. We'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye. And it just went off the air.
Didn't explain anything. Huh?
Didn't explain anything. It's on hold. We're not going up tonight. Goodbye.
Wow.
It's weird. And nothing like going for a 12:40 a.m. flight and then have it not go up.
Yeah. Staying up late just to make sure that goes off, and never does.
Yeah, I probably should pull out the auto for that one. The Evo 2 Pro is probably still my best nighttime drone, other than the autofocus on it just wigs out off the light from the tail of the rocket. Because you can put that drone into log and HDR. So the log sort of flattens the light from the exhaust down a little bit, and the HDR sort of brings up the shadows. Last time I shot, the last one I shot with my Mavic 3 Pro, and I tried using the night mode. The issue with the night mode is that only works on the main sensor, which is no optical zoom. So it's like, okay, I got night in the mode, but all I can see is this little dot out in the sky because I don't have telephoto to zoom in on the thing. Yeah. And it's just like, I don't get why they can't do that on the telephoto lenses on that camera. There's lots of things that they could give us in firmware update that would make that drone better. So I was going to I'm going to use the 3x lens this time, but put it in the D-Log. They don't have D-Log on the 3x lens, but they have D-Log M. So I was going to try to use the 3x with the D-Log M and see whether it worked out better than using night mode like I did the last time.
Okay. Hey, Rabbit. Good morning and welcome.
It's one of those things you just got to experiment. The problem is it doesn't happen often enough.
I don't know. It seems like they've been doing a whole lot of launches lately.
Yeah, they have, but it's not like it's going up every day, so you could like practice every day and sort of tweak it.
Gina's Point, good morning.
Morning.
So those are always one of the more interesting things for me to go photo.
Yeah, I'll watch some of their launches on YouTube when I'm at work and on a break or something, and they're doing a launch. I'll watch.
Sure.
It's always fascinating. And you know what fascinates me the most is back in the 50s and the 60s, every time you saw a science fiction movie that involved rockets, they all always seemed to land on their tail.
Yeah.
Coming down like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
And that it just can't be done. It just can't be done. And look at it today. Look at it.
Not only can it be done on land, it can be done on the ocean, right?
On the ocean.
On a boat.
on a barge. And you know, I mean, it's just it's crazy the advances in technology that allows us to actually do that. Morning, Peter, or good day, Peter.
Morning, Rodney. Morning, Hot Rod. Morning, Dominic.
I can't wait until they get Starship actually going and running and launching Starship out of Canaveral, which they're supposed to do at some point. They're using that Texas site for the moment, but eventually they're going to build the infrastructure in Canaveral to launch that thing too.
That Starship is
the one that just like
Tesla
blew a hole in the ground. Yeah, that one.
Tesla guy. I can't think of his name.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Yeah. So
they've got their new steel-plated water pad thing ready to go whenever they do the next launch pad. So they shouldn't like blow such a big hole in the ground this time. Shouldn't blow any hole in the ground. They just. Oh my God. I don't even want to see if they get them all. If they use the new engine. Anyways, they just tested a new version of their Raptor engine and they got an extra 20% thrust or something stupid like that. It is just like, holy crap. 33 of those things on that thing. They're going to push the Earth out of orbit when they launch. It's going to have so much. It's going to have so much freaking thrust. The rocket's not going. The rocket's not going to move. The planet's going to move.
Well, let's hope it doesn't do that.
But yeah, it's just
we might have some really interesting sunsets and sunrises.
Yeah, exactly. You know, though, the interesting part about this conversation, Rodney, as far as that goes, some scientists have come up with.
I don't know. You can't see that turkey, can you? It's just a white blob moving across there. That's actually a turkey.
Oh, so it was a cat.
So, you know, in like 1 billion years, the sun will be here because it'll be a red dwarf. But some scientists have proposed a really rather interesting idea to solve the problem. They're talking about nudging the planet's orbit around the sun, sort of use a big asteroid or something to sort of do a flyby that would just sort of slow. And they're like, you know, like I do it about every 1,000 years, you make it fly by once. And they're talking about moving the orbit like 3 million miles or something like that. But be an interesting solution to global warming.
Mm.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy some of the things that we can think about doing. I mean, look, we just moved that asteroid, right? NASA used that satellite and hit that asteroid.
Well, how would that affect life on Earth, though, if we moved the Earth's orbit?
Cool us off just a little.
Probably.
You're not talking about
totally.
moving far enough at any one time to make some radical difference, right? It's a little bit at a time.
A little bit at a time. I get it.
You might make 0.1 degrees Celsius difference in average temperature or something like that every 100 years.
How would that help us with a red dwarf when our sun goes?
The planet would be far enough away from the sun that we wouldn't wind up inside the sun. Again, at about 1 billion to 1.5 billion years is pretty much the Earth will be inside the sun.
So it's really not even worth worrying about as far as I'm concerned.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Dominic. Dominic looks really worried.
Yeah, I'm really worried about that.
Yeah. I'm not overly concerned either.
But it's an interesting concept, right? Could we use asteroids or something to sort of move something? Obviously, they wouldn't test it on the planet first, kind of thing. But
go test it on Venus.
I don't know if we want Venus closer to us, do we?
Well, you get it closer, it'll cool down, right?
Well, yeah, closer
theoretically.
To us. If we get it close enough, we can create another Earth.
Yep.
And start spreading the population around.
Yeah. So, anyways, it was just one of those interesting scientific proposals that's like, actually, it's kind of feasible. We probably have the ability and the tech to probably pull it off even now.
Well, you would have to be able to control the asteroid.
Sure, but we just proved that we can. We just proved that we can move one. We just did it. They crashed that satellite into that one. So it's definitely feasible. I mean, even if we went up there and attached a rocket to one and pushed it right in the right direction, it'd be one of those, you send it around the sun, it loops around the sun, loops by the Earth, and has just enough magnetic pull to move it, a millimeter or a couple of millimeters kind of thing.
That would take a while, yeah.
It would take a while, and it would take a lot of times in a billion years to get it done, but it's just one of those, when you stop and think about it, you go, yeah, we might be able to pull that off even now, let alone 100 years from now. Once we have our nuclear powered engines for all of our spacecraft.
Yeah.
They're working on that. I just saw the article yesterday. They're working on a fusion powered rocket.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So
I didn't read much about it. I just heard that they were working on it.
So maybe pretty soon, Rodney, it'll be go Mars Force instead of Space Force.
Mars Force.
Hi to Brett from Victorian Aerial Vision.
Well,
Brett.
What'll happen is it'll end up like what's that show? There's a show where Mars is, or was it a book?
It was a movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
Total Recall.
Yeah, Total Recall. That's the movie.
No, you're right. That's Total Recall, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. I think it's I remember what it is. It was a book, a 3-book series, I think, by Hugh Asgard Studios.
Okay.
I think he wrote a book about it was a space sci-fi, and Mars and Earth had gotten into a war, and Mars had been populated by Earthlings, right?
Maybe that's what Total Recall was based on. because it sounds like similar kind of story.
Yeah, it's maybe something similar.
You know why they want to go to Mars, right?
Dano, Albie Jones in the house. Tomas O'Sullivan, hang on, Rod. Tomas O'Sullivan, Steve Knowles, good morning. Victorian Aerial Vision.
Hi, Tomas.
I missed a few people. Matty Drone, where he's been in for a while, though. He come in towards the beginning. But I think that's but anyway, it was a pretty interesting book.
Yeah.
It was I think it was a 3-book series.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, he's written a few books, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Hugh is very talented.
Yeah. Don't see much of him now and then. He still puts a few videos up now and then, but
oh yeah.
It's dry down Maddie's way. It's dry up my way this morning. Probably won't be here in a couple hours.
Well,
it's starting to be rain. It's starting to be our rainy season finally.
It looks like it's clouding over here. I was hoping that it would be clear so I could go do some flight testing today.
Oh, back to my question, Rodney. You know why they want to get to Mars, right?
Why?
What's beyond Mars? Okay, what's beyond Mars and before Jupiter?
The asteroid belt.
The asteroid belt?
Bingo. They all want to mine. They all want to mine the asteroid belt. You know how many minerals are fucking out there? You're talking trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of resources that are sitting out there in the asteroid belt to be mined and brought back. I mean, we could literally, they know there's like one asteroid out there that's about 5 miles wide that's almost pure gold. We could literally attach a rocket to that thing, put it in orbit around the Earth, and go there's our national debt paid off. There's the gold. We don't need Fort Knox. It's in orbit around the planet.
Then the price of gold would plummet and be worth nothing.
Maybe.
Around. Yeah, everyone would have it.
Hey, brother Bob Casey, good morning.
But the big race to get there is not so much putting a habitat on Mars, which they all talk about, which I'm sure that's all one piece of it. But the piece that they're not really talking about is once they have a base established there, then they can establish mining operations in the asteroid belt and find all kinds of rare earth minerals that are not so rare out there, and find new things that don't exist here on the planet. And there's the economics of it is just astronomical, so to speak. That's what their real target is. Why else would a private business be in this space race? Just to spend money?
I was thinking the same, Thomas.
Yep.
Who's thinking the?
Yeah. I see the comment.
He was thinking of the hemorrhoid belt, I think.
Yeah, the hemorrhoid belt.
The hemorrhoid belt.
That's a good one, Peter.
Thomas.
Yep.
The humor that is in this community sometimes.
Speaking of the community, I don't know how many out there knew Mike Rennick, but he passed away the other day. He lost his battle with cancer. So I would like to ask everybody to say a prayer for his family. So I don't know how many people had heard about it. I know quite a few had been talking about it on Fly for Fun chat, but Alex.
Matt mentioned it on his show this morning. I'd heard of the name before, but I didn't really know him. So, but I'd heard the name before.
Yeah, Joan Psyche, Charlie. Good morning.
So Victorian, to answer that question that you ask, how can they tell what it's made up of by looking at it? It's literally by the light waves that are reflected.
The bounced off.
That's how we can tell with the Webb telescope, stars billions and billions of light years away, what sort of gases they're made up of and all that kind of stuff. It's literally through the light waves. So that's how they can tell sort of the composition, the chemical composition of things.
So,
and they're proposing, God, I read that this week too. This must be the week for the space stuff. So I read an article this week. They're although they probably won't have it until the 2040s. They're looking at some of the tech for a new space telescope, and they want to use what's called a diffractive lens instead of a refractive lens, which will allow you to make it a hell of a lot lighter and a hell of a lot thinner to build the next telescope. And kind of what they're thinking is that they can build, I don't know, 20, 30 foot in size, but they want to put like 50 of them up and use this massive constellation and sort of point them all in the same direction kind of thing. And we'll get like 10 to 100 times more light than what even the James Webb is collecting now. That's kind of the next project they're kind of working on. I wonder how far back in time we'll be able to see.
Bob Casey put a link in.
And Dominic, we're going to have to put them out there because we're going to have so goddamn many satellites in orbit that you can't use ground-based telescopes anymore.
So, Bob, as I was getting ready to say, Bob Casey put a link to his community post talking about Mike Rennick. So, in case anybody's interested. Johnny Joan Flyer, good morning. But it's always sad to lose a member of the community.
For sure.
But
especially there's something that within the next 10 years we'll probably have a pretty good handle on.
What's that? Mining?
Cancer.
Oh, cancer?
Yeah. So the mRNA stuff that they use to build COVID, right? They've been making other vaccines with it as well. A couple of weeks ago, I read an article where they built a custom vaccine for pancreatic cancer patients. They did a small study. They had 16 patients, and 18 months later, half of them had no cancer. And pancreatic is pretty much 100% fatal.
Yeah.
And so the ability to sort of target the cancer and target sort of specific parts of the cancer that exist only on the cancer cell versus all the other cells in the body, just kind of like we were targeting the spike protein on the coronavirus kind of thing. We're literally going to be able to target cancer cells. The other thing I read here this last week, they've got a new thing that they're working on that should replace chemo eventually. That actually, there's two metals. It's a metal kind of based thing that they have found that only impacts cancer cells, and good cells aren't harmed by it. So it looks like here in the not too many future decades that will have a replacement for chemo that is extremely good at just killing cancer cells as well. So there's a whole bunch of scientific crap and breakthroughs that are right on the cusp of coming through. And if you want to live longer, fly into space.
Mm.
There's these little markers. I was just reading this yesterday. The two twins. Anyways, I forget what they're called. Anyways,
Gemini?
no,
Talking about the
not that.
constellation?
No, Mark Kelly and his brother. They
Oh.
did a study. Anyways, I don't know what the hell it is. That's in your cells.
Good
But
point,
anyway,
Tomas.
the one in space, it lengthened, and if it lengthens, then it sort of reverses the aging process. It's kind of the way they describe it, that you'll live longer if this bloody thing lengthens. And so they found that, oh yeah, the only problem is 48 hours after he landed back on the planet, it was back to normal. So I guess if you want to live longer, just go into space.
Emoji Bob says, fly safe, fly smart, fly legal, and fly often.
Sorry, Rod.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, shit. What was I do too much reading, Rodney.
Obviously.
There's a new battery tech coming. It's a new material that doesn't use lithium. God, I should have saved that article. Anyways, it's using a new material. It'll be lighter. It's about 40% lighter. The batteries would be about 40% lighter weight, and it'll hold, about 30-40% more energy in the same space. So, maybe in the not too distant future, we'll be able to have a drone that will fly like 2 hours. I don't know why you would want to, but
Yeah.
you'd only need one battery. Yeah, but you'd only need the one battery for the entire day, right? Charge it up at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, 2 batteries.
Two batteries, you're good,
right?
Yeah, you're good all day.
So that little video I shared was from Bob Casey, in case you didn't figure it out.
Yeah. Emoji Bob looks about 25 years younger than the real one.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything. But yeah, you're right, Peter.
Just something I noticed.
And the Swedes or the Norwegians have come up with, believe it or not, Rodney, a sand battery.
A sand battery?
A sand battery. It's interesting. They say that the silicon in the sand, that you can heat it up to about 900 degrees Fahrenheit, and it will actually keep that heat energy for at least a month. And so they're talking about storing extra solar and all that kind of crap, and storing that energy, heat energy, inside of the sand battery that then you use to sort of, I don't know, make steam or whatever after the fact kind of thing. But yeah, it's crazy the research that's going on right now.
I'm looking at an article now. It says, "What is a sand battery?"
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into the article just yet, but
no, it's an interesting read. I'll tell you that. It's an interesting read. But the gist of it is that we can heat sand up, and the sand will stay that temperature, and then you can bleed that heat off for energy effectively.
It would be, but wouldn't sand be a little bit heavier than even lithium ion?
No idea what the density is of sort of the silicon, because it's basically silicon, right?
True. I guess it just depends on how much sand it would take to actually generate the voltage you wanted to.
Sure. Well, it's not really It's not really voltage, right? Because you're not really storing electrical. You're storing heat energy from the electrical, and then just using that heat energy to produce electric after the fact.
Hey, I want to say good morning to Ruland.
Hey, Roland.
But it's a way to build these gigantic batteries to store, solar and wind and all that kind of crap for, well, when the wind's not blowing and the sun's not shining.
It's all good ideas.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that it's not a renewable source, but then I guess it really wouldn't have.
We have
wouldn't really be
almost
used, you know?
we have almost limitless amount of
Yeah.
sand.
But but you wouldn't really be consuming the sand.
No, you wouldn't.
Huh.
Yeah,
So
doesn't really get consumed. So
Silica is one of the most abundant sort of materials on Earth.
on Earth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know back in Oklahoma, there was a glass factory back there that you got sand from the Arkansas River, and that's how they made their jars and glass and stuff, because sand, of course, is used to make glass.
Yeah.
As many rocks get thrown around by humans, we need lots of glass.
Yeah, well,
Too many
you don't
rocks
need
in
rocks
glass
to break
houses.
glass. That's. I mean, I broke a few with just a softball.
Or drop the coffee cup.
That too. Actually, I broke more windows throwing rocks and balls than I have breaking cups. Believe it or not.
You know, I broke a window that was behind me once. Literally, it was straight behind me. Now the question is, how the hell did I break that window, right?
Yeah.
My
I
brother
can
and I.
imagine either you lost your grip on something you were getting ready to throw, or
No.
you ran your hand into it.
No, my brother and I were shooting tin cans. We lived in a trailer park, so we set these tin cans up on an empty lot right next to us. The pads were concrete. Apparently, I shot low, hit the side of the concrete, and the BB bounced backwards and broke the window.
Oh man!
It ricocheted. It was a ricochet backwards.
It's you're lucky it didn't break your eye.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just say my brother and I kind of got our eyes opened up on that one. It was like, holy crap, what the hell happened there? You know, you do
Bad
things
Props
as kids.
Media, good morning. But yeah, it's all interesting topics we've talked about this morning.
So you gonna go up in a rocket, Rodney? You gonna buy a seat on a rocket and go up?
If I'm going to pay that kind of money to buy a seat on a rocket, I'm going to use that money to buy a piece of property that is really large and I don't have to deal with neighbors.
Good point.
You know, if I, as much as I would love to experience weightlessness, it's just not a big thing for me.
Actually, you don't have to go up in a rocket in that. They have those airplane flights where they do
that.
And they do the dives. Yeah.
But I mean, but the roller coasters they have nowadays.
Oh yeah, those too, like 80 degrees down angle.
A lot of those, you feel at least a couple of seconds of weightlessness.
For sure.
I mean, you can't do all the crazy stuff you can do in the Vomit Comet, but hey, it's still there and you still feel it. So
you gonna get an Air 3, Rodney?
Nope. I am not buying any more camera drones.
You've defected totally to the FPV, have you?
No, I still have my Mavic Air and my P4P and my Spark. If I want to do videos, you know, cinematic videos with those, I still have those, and they still work as good as anything else.
Yeah, that's right.
I just, you know, I just, to be honest, yes, I prefer FPV over the camera drones.
Yep.
Because it's more exciting to me.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
It's more exciting. It's more fun. And you know, that being said, I really, you know, people have asked me, well, you going to buy the Avata? You going to buy? No, I'm not going to buy the Avata. Why should I pay $13.99 for something that I can buy just as good for $589? I mean, hey, Dennis.
Hey,
Hi, Dennis.
So,
Dennis.
and don't get me wrong, all you guys that have gone out and bought these DJI drones, man, I'm happy for you. That's your thing. Do it. I got nothing against it, except for me. I just enjoy FPV more, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, drones. Honestly, the camera stuff has all plateaued, just like it has with cell phones, right? I think we've really reached that point of diminishing returns, where it's just, And I bought that Mavic 3 Pro, and obviously I was one of the first guys that had the Evo 2 Pro, and I've told a few people this, just as was it worth the money of the new one over the Autel? Is the quality difference that much? No, not. The Autel is still probably almost just as good. The advantage of the Pro that I like, and it's kind of unique because of what I do in doing the rocket launches, is the optical zoom cameras, right?
Right.
That's literally the only thing that's on there that's worth a crap over upgrading from any of the previous drones. That Micro Four Thirds, is that camera is so much better than the 1-inch that's either on my Evo 2 Pro or the Lite Plus? No. Is it $2,100 better quality? No. It's not. Not in the least.
I have to agree with that. It's very, very good. It's very good. And if that's something you have, great. But
I mean, that's not knocking. I'm not knocking the Mavic 3 in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that we've reached that point where it's just, until they actually give us some good, real sensor technology like regular cameras, I mean BSI, backside illuminated sensors, or stacked, which is BSI and stacked, which gives us a much higher dynamic range and gives us much better low light. Or there's a 1-inch global shutter now, Dennis.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. It's a 1-inch sensor, but it's a global shutter on a 1-inch. And Rodney, this would replace your Phantom 4. Everybody likes the Phantom 4 because of the mechanical shutter. You don't need a mechanical shutter if you have a global shutter, because it reads the entire sensor in one pass. So it works just like a mechanical shutter, just an electronic. So if they give us something like that, right, that would be something that would make them, it would be kind of worth an upgrade if they give us some of that technology that is in the camera world on our cameras. Until then, it's a minor upgrade at best.
I look at it this way: if I was going to get into doing professional videography and professional photography with my drones, then yes, I would be looking for the best drone possible.
Well, that's an easy answer. The Inspire 3 with the full frame camera.
There you go.
I am just a hobbyist. I will always be just a hobbyist. It's like my YouTube channel. I have no intention of monetizing my YouTube channel. There's just no interest. And even if I did at this point, I would be getting maybe 50 cents a month. It's not a big deal. But so, I'm not criticizing people that buy the latest and greatest. Man, if you can do that, more power to you, brother.
Oh yeah, I used to do that when I was a working guy.
I'm all for the best thing possible. But if you don't have a need for that, why spend that money that could be used for something else?
They're opening an interesting can of worms with the Air 3. That has got me wondering, okay, are they going to go back and do it to all the other drones? So the Air 3 can shoot vertical, but they're essentially just cropping it on the sensor, right? Which is just a software thing. So it makes me wonder, okay, so why not go back to all their older drones and do the same thing and give us vertical on all of our older drones, at least all the ones that shoot 4K, and give us the crop 2.7 vertical.
Does vertical make you happy? Do you like vertical video?
I love
Me?
vertical.
Yeah.
I'm not a vertical guy because I'm not doing shorts, but you know, for all
My
the
eyes are
TikTok,
like
Instagram,
this.
and
I'm
everything
more of a
else that's
horizontal
out there.
guy.
That's
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Red
Your eyes are
vertical
like
benefit
this, like
Maybe we
shorts.
should just turn all of our heads sideways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm vertical on my panoramic sometimes to sort of do
Is that right?
do a vertical panoramic. But that's cases where I'm at the pier here at the ocean, right? And I'm hovering over the pier, so I'm trying to get the pier underneath me and the sun out in front of me, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I'll use the vertical pano for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
Ben Carr says vertical video makes baby Jesus cry.
I'd like to do that.
I have to agree with that sentiment.
But because they put that on the Air 3, it raises an interesting question, since they're essentially doing it in firmware/software. Are they just going to do it on the other drones that are already out there that can do it? And if they don't, then I'm going to tell you they're dirty fucking bastards for not doing it. Because they do it on one, they might as well do it on the others. But it wouldn't surprise me that they won't, just to try to make people spend money.
We got to do a Rodney bump.
Yeah.
I can help you
Anybody.
out, Philip. I know I can because request. I'm logged in as a request.
Anybody go and sub to Philip.
Yeah, if you're not already subbed, go sub to Phil.
Go and sub.
Not everybody, though, because he only needs one. He only needs one. So just one person, that's all we need.
Yeah, just one person.
Wow. That's cold, man. I know he wants to get to 200, but let's get him over 200.
Oh, okay.
Let's get him to 300.
Hell, I'm not at 300.
I'm just jealous because I haven't reached 200 yet. That's all. That's all it is.
Where am I at? I'm at 278.
Okay, I've spelled it wrong somehow. 2 L's in Philip, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why. Mistype. I wonder why PHILIIP doesn't work.
Exactly.
204.
201, yes.
204. Wow. It's on fire.
Well done.
Let's see here. I'm showing him at 204. So whoever said that is currently right.
For a moment.
Yeah, exactly.
205.
Depending on the latency on the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
205 now.
Wow.
Do I hear 206?
Can we get 206?
Oh God, a bunch of auctioneers on YouTube.
$25 bidding at $30 bidding. What you do?
Oh God.
Why don't those blokes speak English? That's what I can't understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't understand a word
Warren,
you're saying.
Akira Show, good morning.
Hey, Warren.
Warren.
I'm told I'm making too much noise, so I gotta.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got a baby sleeping here. It's true.
babies don't sleep this late. At least mine didn't.
This one does. When it's inconvenient.
Kai, Lone Star UAV, good morning. Steve Knowles, good morning. So Dennis, you had a nice sunrise this morning.
Wasn't that beautiful? God does good work.
He does.
Yeah. He could have left that bee away, though. That was actually a hornet, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, but it was just a nuisance, just kind of always there, you know.
They're like that.
Didn't irritate me. It wasn't aggressive at all, thank God. But yeah, Anyway, yeah, that was beautiful.
It had some nice reflections on the lake there.
Yeah, and that lake was like there must have been hardly no wind at all.
Just after I shut down, 3 jet skis went by.
Is that right?
Yeah, just after I shut it down, it was like one of them was Fat Albert, right? Wait for me, wait for me. There were 2 of them running, really fast. This third one coming along. I wish I could have captured that.
God, he cracked me up.
Yeah, there was obviously
wrong
no
with you,
wind,
Rodney
'cause that
Bell?
one boat was
Crazy.
zipping along good.
Yeah, part of it. I was up at 3:30 this morning.
Wow, that was an hour and a half before me.
I laid in bed and played solitaire on my phone for about 45 minutes of that.
I hate when I have nights like that.
And then my legs started cramping up. I just couldn't make it stop no matter what. I actually had to get out of bed and stand up.
I keep a bottle of pickle juice next to on my nightstand.
Do you?
I do. Do you know what pickle juice?
It's supposed to help prevent cramps.
I don't know if it helps prevent them, but it sure seems to make them go away in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'll have to try that.
So Rodney, you forgot you weren't on fire watch anymore? So you were getting up for your fire watch?
Well, I will admit that part of my sleep habits have been with 20 years in the Navy, but developed from 20 years in the Navy. But
yeah, exactly.
At some point, I didn't stand fire watch. It is, Kai. You are absolutely right about that, brother. Ladder is a perfect alarm.
I'll agree with that.
And it'll wake you up whether you want to be awoke or not.
Yeah, exactly.
But Rodney, I got these little bitty bottles of pickle juice. They're just the right. They're probably like 3 ounce, maybe 4, from Amazon. A pack of 12, and I just keep one, like I said, on the nightstand. And yeah, they're okay.
You can buy pickle juice from Amazon?
Yeah, I did.
Huh.
Here's Gary.
Gary, Brent Arios in
those likes up.
All the way from Canada.
He's the like master.
Speaking of, hey, Gary, has Paul Murray still been doing live streams in the mornings?
Yep. Correct.
Has he? Because usually I look for his announcements because sometimes at work when I'm on a break, I usually popped in there and said hi. At least I haven't seen him lately, so
yeah, they've been on.
Too busy.
There's something going on with YouTube, I think, because I keep missing a few.
Well, I know the
notifications.
July 4th week, he wasn't quite as active.
Yeah, he was off for a couple of days. Yeah.
He's on too early for me. I don't get up till about 9 o'clock on these cold mornings.
Gary is the likes guy, the thumbs up guy.
Yeah.
Yep. The king of the likes.
Must have a huge road crew.
Mark Fisher.
No, now see, Mark, you're wrong because it took him a while. And welcome to the chat, Mark.
I just put into the chat a link for Wendell's live stream tonight.
Yeah.
Is that 7 p.m.?
No, it's 4 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So I've been telling people wrong, but anyway, there's the link, and don't miss him. He's good entertainment.
A bit early for me.
We need all of our Canadian friends to go out in the forest and pee to put the fires out.
Right.
Either that or get some really big fans and blow the smoke north and away from the U.S.
Yeah, it's kind of cleared up out here now. Knock on wood. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go get some coffee or a soda or something. So I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. We'll
Oh, yeah.
take out.
Let's see. Rod, I'm gonna leave you in charge today.
Me?
Oh, no.
Yeah, you don't mess it up, or you'll never be in charge again. Just ask
Oh,
Dennis.
okay.
Just ask me.
Yes,
That's right.
Oh, did you practice any of those silly songs I gave you, Dennis? Like, let's see here, the Limbo, and what was the other one? There was another one I gave you that was kind of a kidsy, kind of cutesy song.
No, I don't remember you giving me the limbo.
I asked you the one I requested the Limbo, and there was another one that I had.
You mean today?
No, not today. A while back,
Really?
and you were just like, oh, I'm gonna have to look those up.
Yeah, I say that, and then I usually
Then you
do.
don't.
Sometimes I forget,
Yeah,
but
it's one of those cutesy things. What was the other one? I don't know. Maybe the Macarena.
the Macarena, I never got into that.
Gary's getting a bit pushy there.
The Limbo would be a kind of a cute one for you.
It
I
would,
haven't
yeah.
decided yet, Gary.
I found that has a lot of lyrics.
Yeah.
The Limbo.
Just right up your alley. Lots of lyrics.
My goodness.
You've ever gone roller skating? They play it there all the time.
When I was young, it was Bobby Sox days, right? And
Gotcha.
the Limbo was pretty popular back
Mhm.
then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm very familiar with the song. I don't remember it anymore, but I did not realize. I don't think that it had that many words. Wow.
What's that one? The Chubby Sugar one?
The twist.
Oh, the twist, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thought you were
Come on,
talking
baby.
about the Limbo.
Yeah, the Limbo was probably not as popular as the twist as far
No.
as the dance is concerned.
Oh.
And you needed equipment for the Limbo. You didn't need equipment for the twist. So
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Or you can do the Great Balls of Fire.
I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that recently, as a matter of fact.
Kind of a high-speed song. Your fingers are picking on that one.
Yeah. Well, I just chord my way through it, if I remember correctly. I'm going to look it up. I think, pretty sure it's just simple chords. What I do. Not putting Jerry Lee Lewis down. Great Balls of Fire.
So
Yeah.
Peter, I know Dominic's in Melbourne. Where you at again? You're in Brisbane, Peter?
No, he's in Melbourne as well. Just
Yeah,
Oh, he's
Melbourne
in
as well.
Melbourne as well.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The New York City of Australia.
Yeah, it's just 4 chords. C, F, G, and F7. And the F7's optional.
Okay.
That's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that you guys were hanging on that. Wait,
Oh, definitely. Now I can go to sleep nicely.
that's right.
I can sleep well knowing that now.
Just 4 chords.
I prefer to leave it out myself, but if you want to use it, go ahead.
For those not in the know, that's actually 4 easy chords. So
Oh, great.
now you're very informed.
So obviously I missed out on a good conversation here.
Oh, you did. You did.
Yeah.
I think
We were
should have
talking about
Rodney
how
start
you were
again.
gonna start playing an instrument, Rodney.
And we were discussing world peace.
That's a funny joke, Rod. A real knee slapper.
Dennis said it was 4 easy chords, and you'd pick it right up.
Wrong answer. When I sing in church, I sing silently, so nobody has to listen to my monotone, squeaky voice.
Let's do the Marcel version.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, at least I made you laugh, Rodney.
Yeah.
Let's limbo some more. That's the name that should have been known by. But it was
Matt,
not
I'm
called
sorry.
Limbo.
There he is.
Don't let him in.
Too
Sorry,
late.
I've just answered
Us,
mine.
he's in here. Damn it!
How long were you waiting?
I've been here since about 6 o'clock this afternoon waiting for you, mate. I didn't want to miss a second. Really didn't.
Hey, Matt.
How you go, Dennis? Hot Rod, Dominic and Peter, and everyone in the chat. How you going? Thomas O'Sullivan, how are you, mate?
Yes.
Hi there, Matt.
Jason Laverios, good morning.
Hey, Jason.
Hi, Curtis.
I've just answered my own question. I had a devil of a time trying to find the Memo apps on my Android device. Memo files, sorry, that I took today.
Hey,
And,
Curtis.
they're sort of hidden, but I've got them now. I just found them just then. It was
Oh,
like,
good.
I was going to ask a
I'm
question.
glad we could help.
Under M for Nemo.
That's
It's not.
the technical prowess of being around Rod.
So it's an Apple
Exactly.
device. That's where to
You're
be.
right. Exactly right. No, it's not under the Memo. You'd think it'd be under the Memo thing in the applications, wouldn't you? Let's go to DJI Memo, and there's nothing in there. What you've got to do is go to the DJI album, and then all the files show up.
Okay.
There you go.
Never.
Breaking
I
news.
remember. Yes, Dominic. Yes. I remember it being a bit of a hassle last time, and I was very wary about using it. But I needed the tracking of the Memo app to do something. So anyway, and then I tried to find the files. Good to you.
Why the hell would you use that? Just use an Insta360. You'll be good.
No, well, see, I've got the Memo. I've got the Osmo. What have I got? Osmo 2, right? I've had it for years, and I very rarely use it. Dennis was here, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to use it. I didn't use it once, right? I've got the Insta360, didn't I? Somehow.
We don't talk about that.
Thank you, Dennis. And I've worked it out too, Dennis. I told you that, didn't I?
What's that? The export to DaVinci.
Yep. It's quality is superb.
Yeah.
That's not what you were singing a couple of weekends ago.
What are you
wasn't,
exporting to DaVinci, Matt?
Well, I'm exporting from the
Insta360 Studio app to DaVinci.
Right, but you're exporting as what, MP4 out of
ProRes
Insta?
422 now.
ProRes now, brother.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's still an MP4 though, right?
It's an MOV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is an MOV.
It's a
Yeah.
quick
I
time.
really wish DaVinci would handle the 360 video.
Well, it does, but you've got to have that effects plugin, which you just
mean-
drag it
I
on
wish
top.
DaVinci would handle it natively.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Premiere Pro does. You can pull in the 360 files, which are IV something or other, whatever they are.
INSVs.
Yeah, that's the one. And they import straight into it. Beautiful, thank you. But the only way I can keep my quality is I've tried 265, 264, and the quality just goes right in the poo. So I go straight to ProRes now, and the quality is perfect. The only problem with that now is my system in DaVinci's struggling with that ProRes file. It's really finding it very difficult to edit, and this is why I haven't put a video out on it, because the editing of it is really taxing on my system. I'll have to do proxy files for everything, I think.
I don't think I'll have a problem. I have a 4080 graphics card.
Well, there you go. You got no issues. Have a go though, mate. I want to see what that. You've got a Insta360, haven't you?
Yeah, the X3. Yeah, I'll have to try it.
Yeah. Do that. Do ProRes and chuck that into. You use DaVinci.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I use
Chuck
DaVinci.
Yeah, chuck
Good
it in.
morning,
and
Mela.
let me know
Probably
how it
not
goes.
very well, but I can at least do basic stuff in DaVinci.
Well, this is just basic. There's no grading or anything on it.
Yeah.
But it's just playing as I want to edit, it's just playing that file is very difficult. It's really, really taxing.
Mhm.
You know, I
You,
don't
you
think
could
my-
do the same thing at DaVinci if you use their go super aggressive with their noise reduction.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you turn that noise reduction all the way up and then try to play the video, it's just
yeah, and even the render's slow.
Yeah.
Render's very slow.
Well,
But
Gary,
anyway,
I've been on the fence about it, but I've pressed the thumbs up now.
I'm still on the fence here, but we'll see how we go.
yeah, Peter's you don't get a thumb out of Peter
No,
unless
you have to earn it.
you
you know,
do have to earn it. He's always been like that.
If I give you a thumb, it'll be on the
I've
way
never
up.
gotten a
On
thumbs
the
up.
way in.
I haven't earned one yet.
What was that, mate?
I said that's why I've never got one from him. I haven't earned it
That's
yet.
right.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you use Lightroom, Matt?
Sorry.
Do you use Lightroom?
No, mate. No.
So I found an interesting program recently for panoramics. Because I found since I got the Mavic 3 Pro, one, I love shooting panoramics on the drone. But for the longest time, I've been doing sort of manual shots that I do, kind of going, someday I'm going to turn those into panoramics. I actually found a pretty good software. It's called Huggin Panorama Photo Editor or something. It's a freebie. Freaking works awesome. And runs on Windows or Mac, either one. But it does a great job of stitching the panoramics.
Oh, awesome, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I don't do many photography. What's this question here? How can some change a 264 into a 265? On what and where, mate?
FFmpeg will do it for you if you're on Linux.
One thing I've noticed with this Apple computer I've got, if I do a recording using the webcam, like in say 1080p, the files and that are huge because I can do like a minute recording into the QuickTime app, and the file will be around about 1.5 gig for a 1080p 60. And if you put it into the video editor, when it analyzes the video, it says that records in ProRes 422 and at about 12-bit, it says.
There you go. Yeah.
The files are huge.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. And this is what I found when I was rendering off in the 360 app. It took forever and the files are massive.
Yeah.
They really are. You can change a 264 file to 265. DaVinci will do that. If you put a 264 in there, it'll be 264 timeline. When you go to render off, you can select 265, and you'll be able to have a 265 file, which is a lot smaller than a 264 file. Ron Lockwood.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
You can also do that.
Morning.
Yeah, my Luma Fusion app that gives you the option to output in all those outputs plus all the ProRes ones, all the versions of ProRes, so the real super duper high ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah. And whatever you're recording on may give you a option to record in 264 or 265. I mean, the drones do. Mavic 2 and the Mavic 3 both give you those options. Hang on. 265. Yeah, I think the Mavic 3 does. Anyway. Render it as 265. Yeah, there you go. Cyber Dreams. There you go. That's
I sent you a picture, Rodney.
2.3. Only for clients. So I've not been able to edit the captures YouTube timely. I did one on Monday. Oh, okay, right. I know.
So where's Ron off to today?
Holy shit, that's a big buck.
You what?
Off to the we have a store called Menards. It's like a more
Home
advanced
Depot.
Home Depot.
Okay. Be like at Bunnings, I suppose.
There's a cross between Home Depot and a hardware store. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a manual panoramic. It's from 3 shots off my Mavic 3. This is probably shot on the. One of the problems with panos on the Mavic 3 Pro is that you can only do panos on the main camera. You can't do it on the 3X or the 7X telephoto. And so that's why I started looking around for software that could stitch it together for me. And so
what's it called? ICE, composite editor, interactive composite editor, I think from Microsoft. That'll do it for you.
I don't even think that's available from us anymore. Everybody mentions that one, but I've never found the download.
Yeah, it used to be called PhotoDraw.
Yeah.
And I have the installation files for that, I believe. So
yeah, you were lucky enough to still have the download. The download doesn't exist anymore.
Interactive composite editor, I think.
Yeah.
But that does a real nice job of that, which is probably why Microsoft took it off the market.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good picture, Rod.
Yeah, that's a great picture, Rob.
It stitched it together really bloody well. Here, I'll put the.
What was it? Was that a panorama? Was it?
Yeah, that's a panoramic. Off the 3X telephoto, which you can't do in the Fly app. Anyways, there I put the link in the YouTube chat for people.
What's
the Lightroom? If you have Lightroom, you can do panos in Lightroom. But if you're not running Lightroom, then
so hang on. You want to do a pano off your zoom lens?
Yes.
Okay. Why is this?
Because it looks better. Because I'm shooting things like this where it's a thunderstorm that's coming in, so it's far away, and I need to shoot it before the rain starts raining on me, which it would be raining on me if I was using the main camera.
Right. Okay.
So, anyways, I put the link to that software in the chat. It's free.
Hey, Matt.
The auto settings work great.
Ron? Yes, Ron?
Yeah. I was sitting there this morning drinking my coffee, and for some reason on YouTube, a video from 4 years ago of yours came up.
Really?
Thanking Rodney Bell for the Rodney Bell cup and the Rodney Bell shirt. And you did the like and subscribe. And you got a little dramatic when you did the ding, 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 ding. Then all of a sudden I see your feet go up.
Yeah. That's right.
You should replay that. Oh, my God.
Have you seen that?
What that man doing to himself? That was hysterical.
Hang
Rodney,
on, I'm looking for it.
Have you seen? It's called, I think, Thanks So Much.
Thanks so much, Rodney Bell, or something like that.
Yeah. It's a while back, Rodney. 4 years. 4 years ago. God damn. I wouldn't even attempt that.
Spell your name.
I wouldn't even attempt that stunt now, Ron.
Yeah, I was going to say, you looked younger then. You know.
Yeah,
Probably was about 4 years younger.
I was about 4 years younger, eh, Pete? Yeah. I didn't have as much gray in my beard.
Hell, I can't even get to your channel.
That's all right, mate. I'll find it right now.
Google hates them, so they deleted them.
Yeah. I think so. Videos. Here we go. Thanks so much.
Yeah, so you're recycling some of your old videos in your shorts there now.
Yeah.
I am, mate. I am.
Yep.
That's the way to do it.
And getting so many more views than on my normal channel.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Crazy stuff, that is. No,
The only one that hasn't worked recently is the one with Dennis and the koala. That's the only one that hasn't worked.
that did not work at all, did it?
Yep.
That didn't work. I don't know why.
Probably the best one of them all, and it didn't work.
It didn't work at all.
Actually, Matt, did you see that's one of the changes with DaVinci 18.5? They've made it easier to do the vertical. It's a project type. It's kind of a project type in that 18.5 beta. That's one of the things they put in there.
Okay, so you'd have to change the timeline.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Oops, I've gone
Hey,
way too
Dan,
far.
good morning.
Thanks so much, Rodney Bell. Got my ice spiking mug. Look at this Mavic Pro footage and Spark footage. Wow. Oh, here we go. Thanks so much, Rodney Bell. Okay. Oh, hang on. I'm going to go through this ad first. I'll show this to you, Rodney. Okay. Righto. Here
we go.
Here we go here, right? Okay. I'm going to share the audio as well. Share that there. And I'll mute my microphone. All right. You ready there, Rodney?
Yep. Here we go.
Okay. Righto. Okay.
Hey everybody, and thanks for joining me. Well, before we go any further, don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell. That way you're going to know whenever I upload to this channel. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, over the last week and a half or so ago, I received something in the mail. And I must give a big shout out to Mr. Rodney Bell. Look at this. Oh, I can't believe he sent it to me. Absolutely fantastic, mate. You really, really did not have to do that.
I do remember this.
And that way, you're going to know whenever
Oh God! Hell of a good editing job, Matt.
Oh my!
Did you at least lay some pillows or something back there?
Mate, I had a double mattress behind me, and I had all the lounge cushions on top of that double mattress. And I did it about 6 or 7 times. I tell you, I got sick because I watched it back and it didn't quite work. Next one, do it again. Oh God!
Oh, this is not a one-time thing.
It's not a Mark Fisher. It's not a Mark Fisher first take. Yeah.
That was not a first take, let me tell you. My back can contest to that. And this is probably why I'm having the problems I am. So thanks, Rodney, for the coffee mug.
Are your ears still ringing, Matt?
I'm glad I was able to give you a backache.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
He's probably get tinnitus now. Probably. His ears are probably still
That
ringing.
was so funny. Bing, bing,
That was really well done, Matt.
Oh, man. Yeah, good fun. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Night mode on the Mavic 3 Pro is much better than any editing I can do. Yeah, it's not bad. The night mode.
You know what my problem with the night mode is? It only works on the main camera.
I don't know why you're interested in that zoom camera if you want to go night mode, mate. You want a huge sensor for night, mate. You don't want to worry about that little thing on top.
You know, my 1-inch Autel is probably as good as that Micro Four Thirds on the Pro.
Yeah, well, okay, mate. Okay.
They're within a whisker of each other.
Well, okay.
Especially if you use the night mode on the Light Plus, which is the same 1-inch sensor.
Okay, the Light Plus is a different story altogether when it comes to the night mode. Yes, it's a pretty good image, but you have to know what to do with that Mavic 3 footage in post to make it shine. And
Sure.
off the SD card, it doesn't cut it. You've got to change it in post, and it blows everything out of the water. Let me tell you, man, because I've been playing with that quite a bit, and it's blowing me away. I was quite happy to use the Mavic 2 instead of the Mavic 3 in some scenarios. But now that I know what to do with it, I will not touch that Mavic 2 in certain scenarios because the Mavic 3 is just, it's sensational. It really is, mate.
You know,
but you got to mess with it.
If you decontaminate that Mavic 2, you could touch it again. So
decontaminate it.
Yeah. You know, you gotta get the antivirus spray and wipe it off a little bit so that you can touch it again.
Right? Really scrub that thing up. Let me tell you.
Scrub it up, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a sensational camera, that Mavic 3. It really. I was blown away when Dennis was here. I was like, "Ooh, look at this! Look at this!"
I will agree with Dobo though. That fucking gimbal on the Mavic 3 Pro. Oh,
Hey,
that thing could be irritating.
Rod.
Uh,
I would really like it if you wouldn't use that.
yeah, I
word.
got it. Sorry. But I've seen the same thing that Dobo has seen. If you take that camera, and Dennis, I don't know whether you see this on your Mavic 3, but on the Pro, if you point that camera 90 degrees down, you will see a shake. It will randomly just like wiggle.
Really?
On the
That's
Mavic
on the
3
Pro.
Yeah,
That's
on
the
the
Pro.
on the
I
Pro, that gimbal pointed straight down is you probably don't want to shoot that way.
I wasn't looking for that, but I can say that this morning I did that because I wanted to show that I was over sand.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know why I wanted people to know that was the case, but I did. But I did that. I pointed it down, and I didn't notice it shaking.
Didn't notice
I wasn't
anything.
looking
Yeah.
for that either.
The 3 Pro, that gimbal and the motor that they're using on that gimbal, I don't know whether there's something in the software that they still sort of need to get the numbers right for managing the gimbal. But I had it wig out on me. I posted that one video, I think, on Facebook where the bloody camera just like was the gimbal went nuts because it got hit by a strong breeze from the side. So it'd be interesting to see if the Air 3 has a similar kind of thing.
The Air 3 needs another camera, from what I hear. Going back to a spark sensor.
Spark. You still got your Spark?
Sure have. Never sell that, mate. Never sell that.
I still got mine. I haven't sold it yet, but I've been thinking about it.
Love it. Don't sell it, Rodney. No,
Hey.
I'll never sell it.
I was trying to find a rod. I was trying to find the that download on my server at home, and it's inconvenient for me to try to find it from here. But if I find it, I'll put it on a website and let you know about it.
Yeah. Literally, at least with the Mavic 3 Pro, it's pretty obvious. You just point it straight down and fly around a little bit. You'll see the camera sort of wiggle around.
I haven't seen that on mine at all.
You don't have the 3 Pro though, do you?
No, but you were saying the Mavic 3. It was doing it on yours.
It's doing it on the 3 Pro for sure.
Yeah, but yours as well.
Dobo this week? Yeah, this week. His show this week, he talked about the same thing. He's getting micro jitters when the gimbal's pointed 90 degrees down. I'm not seeing micro jitters, but I am seeing it wiggle around. Okay, I never posted that on my YouTube channel, that particular video.
I'll tell you now, Jason, the Mavic 3 is not water resistant.
No.
Yeah. You know, I'd be
It's
flying
not
that around.
exactly water resistant. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I bring mine down as soon as it starts sprinkling.
I have flown it in sprinkles, not on purpose, but not having any trouble with it.
I got stuck in a hyperlapse and it started to rain on my drone. You can see it plopping on the screen all over. It was like, yeah, but didn't get real wet. But I mean, saying that too, I've flown it in really thick fog, and the drone come back absolutely saturated.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I've done
I've
that
had
too.
that.
Yeah, that's
Taking a chance.
like the sunrise.
They're not advertised as being water resistant, and I would not trust them to be.
No, it's always preferable not to put them up in any sort of moisture. But I actually didn't realize that the drone was going to get so wet. Like the fog was thick up higher, but there was a lot of fog down low. I was only flying low, and I landed my drone back on my car, and it was just dripping off it. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
man.
If you can get above the fog, that makes for some great video.
It does, mate. It does.
Well, Mons, you have a good day, brother.
See you.
Chris Hope
Thanks,
and
Mark.
Kelly Shores and some others. I don't remember who else was there. Rodney was there.
I was there, yeah, but at that spin up,
Scott-
above the frog.
Scott was there. That was at Pennybacker Bridge. We got above some very dense fog, and that was absolutely gorgeous.
It was.
Even if you're like in town, right, and you got some tall buildings, and the tops of the buildings are sticking out of the top of the fog. That is such a freaking great picture.
It is, yeah. You could see Austin in the distance, and it was like a wonderland,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What's Matt doing? So are you heading to work, Ron?
Yeah.
I'm not recommending that anybody try that, but I will say that we have done it and gotten by with it. Just so far.
You mean you don't carry your corn in your car with you so that you can stop and feed the deer, Ron?
There's actually is corn in my car. The last new bag I bought was the wrong stuff, so I got to take it back.
You could have stopped and fed that buck on the way that you just drove by.
I should have. Yeah,
That buck told him, this is the wrong stuff, Ron. What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh.
What was it? Was that corn for feeding the wrong stuff? Well,
a little bummed out today. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I ended my flying career yesterday. I turned in my notice. I'm starting a new job here in a couple weeks, and not sure the place I'm at. The supervisor was all for me staying part-time. And I offered to stay well past my, end date to help, because they have 2 open spots right now and a lot of holes in the schedule. He was all for it, but when I talked to the big boss last night, he was kind of wishy-washy and didn't give me a direct answer and said, well, we got to go through HR and all this paperwork to get switched over to a part-time employee and blah, 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 blah. So I don't know. So I don't know if my flying career is over or not. It sounds like it might be. So I'm a little bummed.
That is a bummer.
Yeah.
What video is this, Rodney?
This is a video that Matt put up.
Yeah, this
At
is
Northeast Drone Productions.
Yeah, man.
You got this on Shutterstock or what? This is really good stuff.
It's the Mavic 2 Pro. It came back saturated. It was really beautiful. Really foggy that day, man. And the fog stuck around. Look how high the sun is, and the fog's still there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it burnt off in the end. And I'm making like 3 videos out of this one morning. It was beautiful. And look at the fog on the water.
Yeah, that's a great shot right there.
Yeah, it is a good shot. Hey, Michael Blade FPV, good morning. Chris Jackson RC Aviation, good morning.
That must be sunrise, huh?
It was, mate. Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. Very well done, of course.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a good video.
So, Matt, have you got any of the any 360 videos coming out in the new high quality?
Yeah, when I can edit them. Ron, enough out of you. All right.
Sorry, that was just spontaneous for some reason. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a mute? Anyway, fog saturated the drone. Yes, it did, Jason. It did. It come back ringing wet, mate. Ringing wet. Yes, mate. I've worked out how to get the best quality out of it, and it's the only way to do that from the app is ProRes.
Yeah.
265, 264 doesn't cut it. It falls to pieces. So ProRes, you end up with a huge file. But I'm having problems now editing that in DaVinci, where I'll actually have to put all the footage in the timeline and just proxy all of those, and it's going to take a while to proxy them so I can edit them properly.
Anyway. that export, even on a Mac with an M2 Ultra chip, still very, very slow.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Fly Zone Drone. Michael, good morning. And Victorian Aerial Vision, did you want me to share that video you put a link in for? Because I've got it queued up if you want to share it.
I'm going to have to go pretty soon, guys.
If it's a fog video, it'd be great. Those are always fun to look at.
Fog's awesome. It can either wreck your day or make it fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy down here in Melbourne who's been doing some great videos with fog in them recently. I think it's Greg Granger, I think it is.
Yeah, Greg Trainer.
Greg Trainer, that's it. Yeah, he does some great fog videos.
Greg Trainer.
Waterfalls. Gotta love
Ooh,
waterfalls.
look at the colored fog. Oh, wait, that's not fog.
It's very low fog, isn't it?
Oh, there we go.
Very thick fog.
There is fog.
Crap.
Right
Look
there.
at the
Oh,
Look at the
Hot-
colors.
Hot Rod would
Yeah.
love this saturation, don't you, mate? You love it.
This is my,
Look at that
this is
guy.
my Evo 2 Pro with dehaze turned on, or defog turned on.
Wow,
God.
that's beautiful. He got up there without getting wet, it looks like.
Ken,
God.
place it here. Good morning.
Hey, Ken.
Oh, look at
That's
the wind.
beautiful.
It is. Great work.
Awesome.
Well, I can
He's
tell
right on
this,
the edge of that.
yeah, I can tell the Saharan dust has gone by Florida. The sunrises aren't quite as colorful as it was earlier in the week.
Mm. You got the opposite horizon there with the purples and the pinks and everything. It's always nice. It's beautiful to capture that.
Yeah.
I like the reflection on the water of the clouds.
I do too.
So clear. Reflections are awesome. Any reflective surface you can play with, with the sun.
Hey, that guy was at Lake Lanier today.
He's got a full fuel tank, mate.
You had to go places.
He did. There we
Yeah.
go. The sun's popping up a bit more now.
Oh, that's an
Yeah,
awesome
that's great.
shot.
Yeah.
See, that
A
looks
little
like that,
presence of fog. That's nice.
isn't it? Oh, geez, I haven't seen this, Brett. What's going on, mate? When was this put out? Has to be this time of year down there. It's not foggy in summer up down there, is it?
Also shows you don't have to fly high to get good video with your drone.
Never
Right.
do, dude. Yeah, never do.
Sometimes flying low can be even that much more dramatic.
Mm.
Beautiful.
Actually, Matt, I got something coming for my X3 today.
Oh, have you really?
Yeah, I don't know how useful it'll be, but I ordered it anyways. I got the 3 meter stick.
Oh, I have
Okay.
one of those. It's going to be very useful.
Yeah, excellent.
What is it?
It's 3 meter. Basically it's a 10-foot long.
It's a
selfie
10-foot
stick.
pole.
Oh, okay.
It's huge, man. It's
For
massive.
those who wouldn't touch an X3 with a 10-foot pole.
It's useful for putting it in the water.
That's all right. You can do that.
Yeah.
Make sure that door is closed. Right, Ron?
Hey, Ron put his in the water. Too bad it wasn't
did.
completely sealed before he did it. But
Yeah, I just forgot to close the battery door.
Did it ruin it?
Oh, yeah.
Did.
that was what,
yeah,
Alaska
it's DOA.
2 years ago.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. That's a beautiful spot, Brett. Nice.
It is.
That's nice. I see you got one queued up too, Matt.
Yeah. This is just different color grades on the same shot. And a Mavic 3, beautiful stuff.
Okay, well,
Foggy.
This one's almost over, so
Yeah, all right, mate. It's all
So
good.
Dennis, I can chase squirrels in trees now
Oh, great.
That's right.
with the 10-foot.
Beautiful, mate. Good on you, Brett. Oh, here we go.
Just,
This is the,
just remember, it's a little bit heavy, so it's a little bit unwieldy when you're trying to hold something that's 10 feet away from you.
Sure.
So when you're up in the trees, when the camera's up in the trees like that, be careful you don't scratch that lens. It's easy to move quickly.
Yeah.
Matt, that's the same shot. You just color graded it differently, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's possibilities of using 10-bit color, man. You can push colors everywhere on that.
Wow, you even changed the scene.
Yeah, that's all to do with 10-bit color, mate. Yeah, anything,
Man, that is cool.
anything's possible.
He moved the trees around and everything.
I'm telling you.
Hey, with Da Vinci, he could take the trees out.
That lake used to be on the right.
What? Just thought I'd move it for a while. Yeah. Yeah, man. Very powerful. Very powerful. But what a great morning this was to fly. It was fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, I've got footage for this for the movie. So this is part of it, the scenes that he uses in the movies. So
Great.
There you go. The Mavic 3, beautiful stuff.
All right, Dennis, you have a good one, brother.
Thanks for having me on. It's great to see all you people.
You're welcome.
See you, Danny. See ya.
So,
Bye,
Matt,
Dan.
one of the things I like to do
Hey,
with
Dan.
Da Vinci
Melee, you have a good day.
is I'll take a photo, I'll sort of edit and get the photo. It's basically on the autel because of the defog kind of thing, and get the right colors, and just take a photo and then use that photo to essentially it's like a LUT on Da Vinci, right? And copy the LUT from the photo onto the video to get the colors in the video. It's an easy way to use D-Log. Is do a picture, right? Do a normal picture, and then shoot your video in D-Log, and then in Da Vinci use that picture to copy the color profile onto the video.
It does, yeah. It copies a lot over.
Yeah. It's a great way, right? If you have a picture that you kind of like, and you're like, okay, these colors look, save that picture and then use that to color the video.
The what I've found too with a lot of stuff like that, anyway, a lot of it can be too much. So changing the opacity of whatever LUT you put on there is always a good thing too.
Sure.
Because it doesn't have to be exactly what it doesn't suit every image. A LUT will not suit every image. It's a base start for everything. And I'm finding at the moment too. I've got to really mess with these things. I mean, I do a lot of grading without LUTs, but I have found Brett down in Victoria down there, Gizmo Drones, sent me up some Leeming LUTs, 2 LUTs that they use that are scientifically designed around the Mavic 3's camera at a 0.03 overexposure. And I put that straight onto the image, and man, it's just like in Da Vinci, you've got all those different settings for your red cameras, your Sony cameras, and all that sort of stuff. It sets that color science to that image basically, and this is what this does for that. And it's beautiful stuff, really is.
You have to send me that. I want to see what it looks like.
Leeming LUTs.
Leeming LUTs.
Leeming, yeah.
2 E's.
Let me have a look. I've got my Da Vinci open right now. Where are we? Leeming. Leeming.
Got it.
Leeming LUT. Isn't that the purpose of a LUT? A template? Well, you basically, yeah. That just puts a profile on it, and then you color grade from that profile. So you've got all your other nodes and everything you put in there for your hue, saturations, all that. So anyway, lots of stuff to play with.
It's probably also why you shouldn't use auto settings, because obviously if you turn the drone, it's going to change the settings as you go from like light to dark, and then trying to color it, because they're 2 different color profiles. It's better to just use a fixed
the only way
on the camera.
Oh, absolutely, mate. I'll never fly an auto ever. And if you do fly an auto and you get that sort of thing, the only way you can do that is to cut that file,
right?
That
cut it, and
then grade again when it's done its auto change. It's finished auto changing, and then grade from there. But I find the autos that they don't expose correctly when it comes to sun and ground, and one will be blown out and the other will be too dark and all that sort of shit. So you got to go to manual settings to do that sort of shit. So anyway, it's Rodney's going to lose viewers if we start talking about that. Yeah, Ron knows all about it, don't you? Shutterstock, Ron. You'll get there one day, Ron.
So, Ron, when you edit video, do you do a lot of color grading and stuff?
No.
Matt, that wasn't very nice.
See ya. Oh, you're
I
not going to
just,
drop
I
me
play
out?
with.
I
Yeah,
thought you were going to drop me out then,
the
mate.
colors. I play with it on. Honesty, I learned.
Give a ticket to come Ron.
I don't know. I haven't been 100% happy with Final Cut Pro.
Here he comes.
And the abilities that it gives you to color grade. I don't know. But it was the Mac Daddy at the time.
I wish Luminar would have a video editing software like their photo editing. I like the AI stuff and being able to play around with the looks of that stuff.
Good morning. Welcome to the chat. Little Llama Laura, good morning.
Oh, Laura's here. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Oh no.
Hey, it all went downhill when Matt came in. So,
Yeah.
Laura's here now, mate. It's right down the bottom of the hill now, mate.
She's gonna slap you when she sees you, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not even gonna go there. See you allow. Look at this. I see you allow small channels on here.
Yeah, no.
I was just looking at that.
Yeah, small
Man, I
channels.
tell you, Laura, you better be careful because I'm slamming these shorts and your little tiny channel is looking smaller and smaller every day. Oh, dear.
I think Ron is frozen. Ron?
Yep, he's frozen.
Yeah, his connection went bye-bye.
I'll take him out.
Hey, Rodney, we're outnumbered. It's
She's only
3-2.
got one.
It's 3-2.
Yep.
3-2.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's-
three Aussies.
Yep.
That's all right. Well, when Ron comes back, it'll be even again.
Yeah.
Little Llama Laura, 1.21 subscribers. I'm not far behind you, Laura. You better pick up your game. You better start making some decent content for a change.
Exactly.
Wow. Hey, Laura, the reflections of the Australians on this channel is by no means the same reflections of me.
It doesn't matter, mate. She's a pommy. She can take it.
Should have said of the Australian singular. That's only Matt's opinion.
Oh.
We're back.
Dom is the silent one here who's agreeing with everything that I'm saying.
I'll sit on the fence. I'll play.
There we go.
Are you back, Ron?
No, really?
No, it looks like he's frozen again.
Well, that pixelation looks exactly like his photos.
Damn it.
Oh, wow. Whoa. Ron, did you hear that?
Hey, Matt, he does it for security purposes so they can't pick him up in the facial recognition software.
Gonna blur out the image.
It's just blurring out the image for security reasons.
Well, Ron,
he doesn't want his stuff used in any of the AI.
I'm guessing that JDS Flynn Flying Canuck. Good morning and welcome to the chat.
He was the first. Yeah, he was first again. He just didn't say anything for a while, but he was here first. That's for sure.
So, in act of kindness said signal outside the prison week today. Talking to Ron.
Trust me, the signal inside the prison's even worse. Apparently.
So, my guess is Ron just got to an area of the road where he's not getting any signal.
Yeah.
See, won't it be great when all the cell phone services, when it hits that, will bounce off the SpaceX satellites? That's coming. I think it's T-Mobile that signed the deal with him to do exactly that.
Well, they all should be wanting to do that.
Yeah, they will eventually. They all will.
David's laying carpet right now. Hey, did they get in there? Dom, you'd know. Did they get in their new place?
They're cleaning it up now.
Well, hang on. No, have they got a new? They've got a new place.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
You talking about
Laura.
Laura?
Yeah.
David and
Yeah.
Laura. Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
okay. David,
got
her
Mm.
significant other.
Yeah.
They got chucked out for impersonating bums, and they got away with it for quite some time.
Yeah.
And now they got a new place, so that's good. That's good actually, because there was a bit of a shit time there for a bit.
Mm.
But anyway, good on you. Good to see you got your stuff all sorted there.
Well, boys, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to call it?
Exactly. What are you going to call it?
What are you going to call it?
Call it over. Yep.
It's over for the day.
Rod Busters. Do-do-do-do-do.
You know, Matt, I spend too much time around computers because that's exactly how a computer would act when you write a program. It takes
exactly.
everything. It takes everything literal. So
That's right. That's right. I'm not saying that I'm like a computer up here, but well, you know. Anyway,
That's pretty obvious. Yep.
Peter, come on. Yeah. I'm like a Windows computer. Do. See you.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, somebody else was thinking the same thing I was thinking. So
Who's that?
JDS
Don't
about
call
calling
him
it
a
about
computer.
calling it. Names.
Gary says I can't call it until 35 likes.
35. Oh, Gaz is on, is he? Here we go.
More.
Gaz is on with the likes thing again.
It's 34.
it isn't up to Gary, though. Rodney's the one who runs the show.
He's the
Hey, Peter, what's going on? Have you got a bloodshot eye,
Okay,
mate?
now it's
I
at
have, yes.
35.
we got
Good
35.
job, Gary.
Okay, good night.
You got allergies, mate, or you just got some shit going on?
No, just appeared on Tuesday morning. I woke up and was like it.
A Tuesday.
Yeah,
Oh, it's still
yeah
like it.
I've had them before in this eye a couple of times in the last 2 or 3 years,
That's
and
okay.
they can take probably maybe two weeks to clear up.
Okay. You haven't been coughing or anything, have you?
No,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know what it is, but
That's weird.
Anyways, Rodney,
Hey.
have
Hey,
fun.
Chris.
Have fun flying today.
You want to stop coming on Rodney's show, mate? I think it's hurting your optic nerve.
Yeah.
yeah, probably,
Hold
me
up.
too. I think.
Say, Gary.
Hold up. Ron's coming back. Come
Ron's
on, Ron.
trying.
You can do it.
He's got the ring of fire going on.
Yep.
Come on, Rod.
Come on,
Come
man.
Come on, boy.
Ah,
You got this.
His last chance.
Ron Lockwood is voted off the island.
yeah.
Right.
No, I think that's it.
Oh, Ron, it ain't working, brother.
He ain't. I'm going to message him.
One more like. One more.
Ron Lockwood, here we go. Your signal is poo, brother.
Would that be koala poo
Yeah.
or kangaroo poo?
Kangaroo poop.
He's gone.
Whoops.
Jason, you have a good day. Chris Wedgeworth, good morning.
Wedgie.
Yep.
The old wedge. Chris Wedgeworth. All right, no worries. See you later, hey.
All right.
I'll,
Yep.
No, I think it's time to go.
You guys, you Australians have a good night. Get you some sleep.
Yep.
shall do, mate.
So,
See you later. See everyone in the chat.
Later.
See you there. Nice to see everyone
Rod,
again.
thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
So we'll everybody in the chat, don't forget tomorrow morning we got the Sunday Sunrise crew with Drone Bum coming to me here in Virginia, back down to Georgia, Lake Lanier, I understand, with Dennis Lovelady, and then either over to Fly Natural or Chris Hope or both. And then after that will be Johnny Drone Flyer with Drones and Coffee. Meanwhile, you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the morning. Bye now. Love y'all.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, Dom. And good night.